Boxing has had a relaxed few months, but over the next few weeks and months, the sport is going to be getting crazy. We have some really interesting fights coming up, including the return of Canelo Alvarez and Tyson Fury. So what is going on in the world of boxing? Well, stay tuned to today's video, as we're going to discuss Canelo Alvarez's boxing plans for 2022 revealed. First up, we have Canelo Alvarez's boxing plans for 2022. We all know that Canelo Alvarez is one of the best boxers in the game right now, and that everyone has been waiting for his next fight to come up on the cards. He's a fighter who sells cards with ease and would be insane to not fight at least once a year. From what we know right now, it looks like Canelo is in the final talking stages with Matchroom Boxing and Eddie Hearn to set up a two-fight mega deal for his upcoming fights in 2022. This deal will most likely give Canelo at least $85 million and means that his next fight would be in May. Mike Coppinger tweeted about Canelo's possible Trilogy fight happening this year and into next year. Fight 1, Dmitry Bivol on May 7th at 175 pounds. Fight 2, Gennadiy Golovkin on September 17th at 168 pounds. No agreement yet. Canelo and GGG both must win. Currently, it looks like Canelo is in between two choices as to who he should be fighting under and where he should put himself in the industry. The offer from Matchroom Boxing is being clashed with an offer from PBC. We'll see what happens in the coming weeks, but it looks more like Matchroom Boxing will get the fighter on their card for his upcoming fights in 2022. What do you think about Canelo's plans for this year? Let us know down in the comment section below. And now for some more boxing news. And now we have Oscar De La Hoya Floyd Mayweather Jr. rematch can easily generate 5 million homes. The original fight in 2007 between Oscar De La Hoya and Floyd Mayweather Jr. did insanely well and is regarded as one of the best boxing matches and events in the long history of the sport. Many also regard it as the best boxing match in the modern era. The fight broke many records and at the time broke the record for the most pay-per-view buys with 2.4 million homes buying tickets. That was just incredible. Since then, these records have been broken, but that doesn't take anything away from what this fight meant back then and still means today. The fight obviously went to Floyd Mayweather Jr., as we saw the Golden Boy himself, Oscar De La Hoya, lose to a split decision. Ever since then, the fighter has always hated what happened that night and has wanted a rematch. Though Oscar De La Hoya is up for a rematch, it doesn't seem like Mayweather really cares at all, as he's always denounced having another bout against De La Hoya. However, with recent events like Floyd Mayweather's fighting Logan Paul back in early 2021, Mayweather might actually be up for another fight with Oscar De La Hoya. These days, Mayweather only seems to fight for the money and in an environment where he can't really lose. So if this fight does go down, expect it to be an exhibition where no victor is actually decided. De La Hoya has been talking about a rematch with Mayweather over the past few weeks, and in an interview with boxing company DAZN, he spoke about what fighting fans really want right now. They want to see real legends in the ring, fighters like Floyd Mayweather, Manny Pacquiao, and myself. We are real legends who put it out on the line and were in the ring for many years, fighting for world titles for decades. I strongly feel that a fight with Floyd would be massive, would be huge. That alone would attract Floyd Mayweather. I strongly feel a fight with me and Floyd can easily generate 5 million homes. With all the technology, there's so much that you can integrate in terms of publicizing the event, in terms of making it that much bigger. You now have the meta worlds, the NFTs, you have the whole social media platform. It can be pretty big. What do you think about Oscar De La Hoya's comments on the next stage of boxing and what the audience wants to see? Would you watch a rematch between these two almost 15 years later? Let us know down in the comments section below. Next up is Tyson Fury very fat training for Dillian Whyte in Dubai. For the past few months now, Tyson Fury has been trying to get another fight after he destroyed Deontay Wilder and took back the title of heavyweight champion of the world. Since that fight, he's been trying to get a few different fighters in the ring with him and training his little brother for the fight with Jake Paul that never happened. Tyson has now confirmed his next fight, and it will be sometime in late April against Dillian Whyte. In preparation for the next fight, Tyson, of course, is back in training camp. However, it has been reported by Scott Gilfoyle that Tyson Fury is still pretty fat right now. We all know that Tyson Fury doesn't fit in the same shape as many other fighters. He enjoys having a bit of weight on his body and not being ripped or showing off his abs. Many are saying that Tyson has let himself go and that he took his time off a little too seriously. Tyson seems to have put on lots of weight over the past few months, but many are ignoring his past. Tyson isn't the sort of guy to give up or let himself go. No matter what shape he's in, Tyson will sort himself out and lose the weight. He'll get down to a weight that suits him best, and he wants to fight Dillian Whyte at. What do you think of Tyson Fury's current situation? Do you believe he's going to get his weight gone and be more than ready to fight Whyte at the end of April? Or do you think he doesn't care about his fight enough, just like his brother a few months back? Let us know down in the comments section below. Now we have have Eddie Hearn thinks Dillian Whyte staying silent is a good plan. Though nothing is completely confirmed at this point, it does look like Tyson Fury and Dillian Whyte will be fighting in late April. At this point, it's all but confirmed, and we're seeing Tyson Fury go into camp as we've already spoken about in this video. However, from Whyte's side of things, we haven't really heard much, if anything at all. He hasn't spoken on the fight at all, and his team has said nothing about the fight being confirmed. Recently, Eddie Hearn spoke about the upcoming fight between Tyson Fury and Dillian Whyte and made an interesting comment on Dillian's strategy of staying silent. He said that it's smart and funny that Whyte is staying so silent as the fight gets closer and closer. Whyte seems to be playing both sides here. He wants to keep silent so tickets don't sell, but he also wants to keep a mystery going around this upcoming fight. What do you think about his tactics? Do you agree with this practice? Or should he just state if he's fighting or not? Let us know down in the comment section below. And finally, we have Jake Paul is adamant about fighting Canelo Alvarez and believes he can become a boxing champion. Jake Paul is always going to be someone who talks a lot. He's always speaking out about different things in the boxing world and in his own life. Most recently, we saw him talk about someone else he wants to get into the boxing ring with and who would possibly promote the fight. He really wants to fight Canelo Alvarez, and it looks like Eddie Hearn wants to be the one to promote this. They were on a podcast together not too long ago, and now when Hearn was asked if Jake Paul would become a champion fighter, he responded by saying he didn't think that Jake Paul could become a championship fighter, but that Jake Paul loves proving people wrong. There are so many amazing fighters in the world of boxing right now, and Jake Paul just needs to prove himself more. We could see another boxing fight happening soon with Paul, or a UFC bout. We'll have to wait and see what the future holds for Jake Paul. And that's the end of today's video. Boxing always has something insane going on, and these next few months show just how insane it can be. 2022 has basically just begun, and we already have some amazing fights to look forward to. What will you be watching, and who will you be supporting? Let us know down in the comments section below. Hopefully you enjoyed this latest video. If you did, would you please let us know down in the comment section below? It would be very helpful. Make sure to like the video, comment down below, and of course subscribe to the channel with the notification bell rung. Thank you for watching today's video. Bye.